What's up, guys? Here today bringing you another Wi-Fi battle, but before we jump into the battle, I just wanted to address something about my channel, and that's the lack of uploads lately. And that's because I've been putting a lot of energy and time into closing out the latest chapter in my life, and I want to do that because I want to stay focused on it and close it as soon as possible. That way I can move on to the next chapter of my life and focus on my channel more and put out more videos and be happier in general. So bear with me, guys, and I promise I can at least put out 2-3 videos a week like I was before, but I don't want to promise anything and let anybody down. So those of you who stick with me or jump on board with me, I want to thank you. It means a lot. So enough with that sappy stuff. We're going to go ahead and select our music. Going to go with the classic Zinnia music. We're going to go ahead and jump right into this battle and see what our opponent wants to bring. Get out my phone real quick and snap a picture as we see the Trevenant. Drawing a blank on which spirit that is. Mess Spirit. Duh. Embor, Zapdos, Feraligatr, and Deontay. So, pretty decently powerful team, but we're going to go ahead and... I want to assume he's going to lead with the Mess Spirit. Get up his Stealth Rocks, and he has U-turn switch initiative. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and lead with my Cincino. Not really sure what he's going to want to lead, but we're going to go ahead and roll with Cincino. If he leads with something that I can't really counter with it, we're going to go ahead and go for a Choice Band U-turn, get off as much damage as possible. As you see, our opponent leads with the Deontay, so I'm pretty much going to take a guess and say that this is actually his Mega. I'm actually going to go for the Choice Banded Bullet Seed because it's Skill Ink. It's going to hit 5 times. It's going to hit hard. It's going to make him have to switch. And I don't really have anything to lose just going for the Bullet Seed. As he actually does switch out, I'm going to predict a Zapdos. This goes out to Bob Barker. The Trevenant, actually. Ooh. So we're going to see how much this Bullet Seed does. Choice Banded. And it actually does nothing. But that's predicted. So we're going to go ahead and get off our 5 hits. Because I'm not too sure what I should switch into on this thing. I'm actually going to switch into my Superior, guessing he may go for the Leech Seed, and if he wants to go for a Grass type move, I'm going to go ahead and eat that up. As my Superior is actually packing the HP Fire. As he goes for the Substitute. Okay. I'm actually not too worried about this, and I'm going to go ahead and go for the Leaf Storm. Get up to +2 special attack. You see my Leaf Storm goes off. So I get my +2 as he actually goes for Drain Punch, and I don't think that's actually going to do a whole lot to a Superior, as it does more than I initially thought. But we're going to go ahead and go for our... So I'm actually not carrying the Hidden Power Fire on this Superior. It's actually a bad thing. I'm actually going to go for a Dragon Pulse right here, just to break the sub. +2 Dragon Pulse definitely does enough, especially with the prior damage that it did before. See, he goes for the Drain Punch. He could actually predict me to go for another Dragon Pulse and go out to his Deontay, but I don't think he's really going to risk something like that. So I'm actually going to go for the Giga Drain and try to recover as much HP as I can. If he wants to stay in, that's fine. His Drain Punch isn't going to do it enough because +2 Giga Drain will actually do a pretty decent amount of damage. And if he wants to switch out to his Zapdos and take a little bit of damage, that's fine too. But at +2, a Dragon Pulse will take his Zapdos out, and I'm pretty sure it will take out his Embor. As you see, I get off my Giga Drain and it does a pretty good amount of damage, and it's a crit, so that's why. So I get my HP recovery as he does pack. Let's see. Oh, so he raises attack. Didn't quite get to see the name of the berry. You see, he does harvest. Thankfully, it wasn't enough to take us out, so I'm going to go ahead and go for a second Leaf Storm. A +2 with the damage that Giga Drain just did. It should definitely be enough as it is. And I'm going to get up to +4. So you see, he sends out the Zapdos. Not quite sure if I want to sack off the Superior just yet. But I'm going to go ahead and do it and go for the +4 Dragon Pulse as I do outspeed. Should do an impressive amount of damage as it does. It goes for the Heat Wave to take out my Superior. That would have sucked if he would have missed. As you see, the Superior does go down. So he's packing the leftovers, so it's a defensive Zapdos. Now here I have a few choices. I could go out to my Weavile, Life Orb Weavile. Got my Cinccino, or Cinccino, whatever you want to call it. I'm actually going to go out to my Charizard and start setting up. I'll be able to live one electric type move. I'm going to go ahead and Mega Evolve and go for the Dragon Dance to start setting up as early as possible. If he wants to switch, that's perfectly fine. But at +1, I am packing the Earthquake for the Deontay. I have Earthquake for the Emboar. I also have my Dragon Claw. As we see, he goes out to the Emboar. Now, I'm not quite sure how much, what would be better, a super effective Earthquake or Tough Claws boosted Dragon Claw. That's also Stab. But I imagine he's going to want to go for Head Smash. Definitely. So I'm going to need to take a look at the moves real fast. Check moves. Dragon Claw is 80% with Stab and Tough Claws boost. Earthquake is 100. So I'm going to go ahead. He may predict the Dragon Claw and go out to Deontay. Either way, the Earthquake's going to do a lot of damage to either one and actually take him out. So I don't know if +1 Charizard outspeeds. As we see, I get off my Earthquake and it does take down the Emboar. I really don't think he has a lot of choices left. We could be potentially be getting our Charizard Suite, as he does go out to Mesprit or Root Beer. I'm going to go ahead and go for the Dragon Claw. It probably won't live it, but this thing is pretty defensive as it does not live. Kind of happy to get a Charizard sweep coming back to this. Alright, as we see, our opponent does go out to the Deontay. Kind of want to play risky and go for another D-Dance. But looking at his team, I really don't see a benefit in that. Because if he has Diamond Storm, that's definitely going to be enough to take me out. A Mega Deontay, Stab, Diamond Storm. Definitely enough. Unless he wants to start setting up himself. But in the end, I outspeed. So I think I'm actually just going to go ahead and go for the Earthquake. So say my opponent does want to Mega Evolve. He could also Protect. But I don't know if he's going to want to do that. This could be a defensive Deontay, as we are going to find out right now. As I go for the Earthquake, and it is enough to take out the Deontay. So my opponent has the Feraligatr and I want to say, yeah, just the Feraligatr and the, what was his last mon? Zapdos. I want to say Zapdos, maybe? Yeah, so kinda want to be real here. I'm gonna go for another Dragonite. I'm gonna be real. His stab is actually neutral to me as he does go for the waterfall. We're gonna see how much this does. Could be sheer force. Life orb boosted as it is. I can almost guarantee that is. Because I do take neutral damage from it. And that didn't do quite as much as... Or that actually... I don't know. Maybe it was a Jolly. I'm just gonna go for the Dragon Claw. As you see, he's not Focus Sash. Probably was sheer force. Life orb boosted. As you see, my opponent goes out to the Zapdos. I'm just gonna go ahead and go for the Dragon Claw. Finish up the battle right here. As we see, ooh, that was a crit and it dropped that slow. It's a little scary. Anyways, we do pull out the victory and I get the Charizard sweep. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully I can get more videos out for you guys soon and get this whole life thing situated. And until next time, thank you guys.